So welcome everybody, and thank you all so much for joining me today. The practice that we're going to be doing today is a sun practice. So we are working with heat and creating and moving heat through the body as energy. Now, as we do this, I'm going to ask you not to drink any water for the practice itself until the end, because we are generating heat in the body and working with the heat, the sun energy. I don't want you to drink any water and to kind of put that fire out almost that we're working with. Now, of course, use a bit of common sense here and don't allow yourself to become like dehydrated or severely needing water. But just if you can, have a drink now and then wait again until the end of the practice so that we can really feel the benefits of this Tantra yoga practice that we're about to experience together. So I just want to share with you all a little bit about the energy in particular that we're working with and also what to expect from this practice. So Tantra yoga is a process of moving through the physical body and then even deeper into the energetic body, the subtle body. The subtle body is, it's almost just like a map. It tells us very clearly, what we need to move in our body, how to move it, how to work with it, what's going on internally, what's going on energetically, what's affecting the body, what's affecting our energy, our mind, our emotions, our heart, our traumas. They are all deeply connected and experienced through the subtle body. So in Tantra Yoga, we move through the physical body into the subtle body as a way to sensitize ourselves to these subtle energies, because we spend so much of our lives now focused on external things and external stimuli. We are always stimulated, we are always looking at our phones, or we are always even like reading, or we are always chatting to other people or doing activities, we're being social. So we're always focused on the external, and because of that, we often miss those subtle sensory feelings that are going on just beneath the surface, those movements or sometimes stagnation of energy within the body that is being experienced, but we're not actually aware of it because we forgot how to listen, we forgot how to tune in, we forgot how to observe and witness and experience our pranic energy, because pranic energy is something that you can feel, it is something that you can see, it is something that you can actually physically experience. It's just that, as I said, we're often focused on the external, and so we've lost that knowledge and that awareness of how to experience our subtle sensory energy. So Tantra Yoga is about coming into and creating a state of inner awareness where we can see and feel and experience our energy. And when we can do that, we can then begin to understand where the blockages are, why the blockages are there, how we can work with those blockages to unblock and to remove any stagnation or any blocks that we're experiencing. And we can then influence and manipulate our own energy so that we can, heal, create, manifest, have a clear mind, open our heart, love deeper, create more powerfully, release our traumas. We can do absolutely everything with the pranic energy when we understand it and when we understand how to listen to it and how to use it. And so what we're going to be doing in particular in this practice is working with pran vayu, which is the direction of pranic energy. So pranic energy is your flowing life force energy that's flowing all around and all through us at all times. And this particular area of pranic energy within the body is in this area here. So around the chest, around the heart area. And pran vayu is responsible for everything that we take in. Yeah. So anything that we take in from the world around us. So anything sensory, you know, any sensations, smells, anything we see, anything we hear, anything we feel, but also in terms of like wisdom, knowledge. Yeah. It's our ability to take that in. It's our ability to receive. Yeah. So to receive love, to receive support, basically anything at all that you receive or you take in or you experience, that is all possible because of your pran vayu. Yeah. So when we work with pran vayu, like we're going to be doing today, we are actually increasing your sensory awareness and your sensory abilities. So not only on a physical level are you able to kind of experience the world in a more powerful way, but this also increases your, you know, emotional capacity, your capacity for love. It increases your vitality in your body. It increases your vitality in your heart. It increases your inner awareness as well as your outer awareness. And it also increases, you know, your psychic abilities. Yeah. So your ability to take in things from the energetic field, from the psychic field, yeah, from spirit, as well as from the physical. So in this practice, there's a few key points that I want to share with you before we dive into it. So when we're working with pranavayu, we're really bringing in and cultivating a lot of powerful, strong, healing, vibrant energy into this area, into the heart space. Okay. Now, what we want to be conscious of is when we are creating this powerful, almost vortex of energy within the heart space, we want to be careful that we don't overstimulate the mind. Yeah, because think about increasing our sensory awareness and increasing our sensory capacity. We don't want that to also happen in the mind, because then we won't be able to go inwards like we want to. We'll be overthinking. So in order for us to be able to cultivate the energy here without bringing it into the mind, into the head, there's a really simple thing that I'm going to show you. For anybody who's maybe a yoga teacher, you'll already know this, and it's called Jalandhara Bandha. It sounds much fancier than it is, okay? All it is creating a lock with the neck so that the energy gets trapped down here rather than moving up into the head. Now, this Jalandhara Bandha is taught a few different ways, okay? Traditionally, a lot of you, if you've experienced this before, might have been taught to bring the chin down into the neck like this, okay? In actual fact, in Tantra yoga and in traditional Hatha, Jalandhara Bandha is a lot more subtle than that. So rather than bringing the chin down to the neck, you drop the chin just a centimeter. So I've gone from here, this is my neck neutral. Drop the chin just a centimeter and then push my head back as if I'm trying to make myself have like a double chin under here. Yeah. So it's not very flattering to look at, but it's powerful for quieting the mind, I promise. And it traps the energy down in the heart space rather than letting it flow into the head. So whenever I say to activate the neck lock or to activate Jalandhara Bandha, all you're going to do is drop the chin a centimeter and then push the head back a little bit so that you've got a little bit of a double chin going on. It's as simple as that. Okay, and we're going to be using that a lot throughout this practice so that, as I said, we can continue to build and to build and to build the pranic energy within the heart space. Now, throughout this entire practice, something that I want you to be conscious of is noticing any sensations that you're experiencing in the body or even around the body, and noticing any emotions, because this is how you begin to notice how your pranic energy moves through you. So for some people, you might feel heat, you might feel coolness, you might feel shivers, you might feel tingling, you might just feel a weird feeling going on. For some of you, you might even be able to see with eyes closed and with eyes open, geometric shapes and forms and yantras, which is, your pranic energy. Yeah. So the more that you do these practices, the more tuned in you become to those sensations or visuals or experiences of your energy. So there's no expectation. If you don't see or feel or anything, that's totally fine. Yeah. Trust that it's still working. But the more comfortable that you become with noticing and connecting to your pranic energy in this way, the more powerful those experiences do become in the future. So, that being said, let's begin, everybody. I would like you all to start off just in a seated meditative position, first of all, but I'd like you to make sure that your hips are sitting directly over your sit bones. So sometimes when we're not used to sitting this way, we can tend to let the hips fall back a little bit. And when that happens, the tailbone tucks under, and then the yoni area, which is where your muladhara, your root chakra is, it kind of closes up, yeah? So bring your hands onto your hips for a moment, and then just push your hips back. And notice what happens to your tailbone, and notice that gentle closing of the yoni as you do this, yeah? And now I want you to sit your hips back up so that they're directly over your sit bones. And if you don't know where your sit bones are, you can grab your butt cheek underneath, dig around to find where the hard bony part is in there. That's your sit bones. So you want your hips to be nice and straight over your sit bones so that you're not punching back like this. This will really help you to lengthen up through the spine. It'll also be more comfortable over time as you get used to it. But very importantly, this is what allows our Kundalini energy to move up and down through our Sushumna Nadi, which is the central energy channel that we have in our body. Very important. So once you're here, I want you to then bring the backs of your hands to your knees or your thighs with your palms facing up. Check in with your shoulders. Notice if they're a little bit hunched forward, and if they are, just push them so that they're in line with the ears. And then for the first time together, I want you to activate your Jalandhara Bandha. So drop the chin just a centimeter, move the head back just a touch, give yourself a little double chin, and close down the eyes. And begin by bringing your awareness to your breath. Noticing the sensations that your breath is creating in the body. Notice the feeling of the breath moving in through the nose and down through the throat. Notice the expansion in the chest and the lungs. And the gentle contraction and the warmer air moving back up and out. And as you notice the sensations that the breath creates in the body, I want you to expand your awareness outwards and begin to notice the sensations that you're feeling in the rest of your body. Are there any areas of tension or tightness in the body? Are you experiencing any pain, any aches? Any grumblings in the tummy, clenching of the jaw, tightness in the diaphragm? And there's no right or wrong sensations to feel. You're not trying to fix, you're not trying to change anything. You're just becoming aware of your sensory experience. And then just noticing how the body is feeling. Does it feel tired, exhausted, excited, nervous? Notice any feelings and notice any emotions, happy, sad, frustrated, angry, overjoyed. Again, there's no right or wrong, good or bad, you're just noticing. And then we're going to change the breath slightly. So I'm going to teach you a new way of breathing, a way of breathing that is going to help us to open up and to cultivate more pran value in our heart space. So to do this, and this might feel a little bit unusual because if you've been practicing with me for a while, you'll know that very regularly I tell you to breathe down into the belly, down into the womb. But today we're actually not going to do that. Today I want you to do the opposite. I want you to breathe into the chest instead. So as you inhale, I want you to inhale for 4 seconds into the chest, really feeling it, the chest expand. You're not forcing, but just feeling the chest expand with the inhale. And then as you exhale for 4, just feeling the chest as it returns to normal. Inhaling into the chest, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling, really expanding the chest, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now increase your inhale into the chest, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Increasing inhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 6, 5, feeling the chest opening and expanding, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath here in the chest. 3, 2, 1. And exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding the breath in the chest. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Return your breathing to normal. And once again, tune into the body. Notice any sensations, any feelings or emotions, without expectation or judgment. Whenever you are ready, I invite you to gently flicker open the eyes. And then we are going to make our way onto the mat, and you're actually going to start off from a lying down position. So you're going to lie down on your back. I'm going to bring my glasses over with me so I can keep an eye for anybody coming in and out of the weight room if you get disconnected at any point. You're going to come to just lie down on your back with your legs extended, and your hands are going to actually be palms facing down. So a lot of the time when you're lying like this, you'll be used to putting your palms facing up for Shavasana, but right now your palms are facing down and grounded onto the earth. And again, for a moment, I want us to connect back into that breath that you've just been doing, remembering that the key in this practice is to breathe into the chest. So not down into the belly, not down into the womb, but you're focusing on breathing into the chest. That doesn't mean restrict any breath going to your belly or your womb, by the way. Just let the breath go where it goes naturally, but you're sending more of the breath into the chest. I hope that makes sense. So closing your eyes, inhale into the chest for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath in the chest. 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to continue with this, but on your next exhale, you're going to lift your arms up and overhead until your arms, the backs of your hands, rest on the ground above you. Then, as you inhale, your hands are going to return back to your sides. Okay, so for now, keeping your hands by your side, inhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, reach the hands up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, return the hands. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, hands back. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, hands forward. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Continue on like this. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, as you continue on like this, inhaling for 6 and exhaling for 4, really notice any sensations in your hands, in your arms, and in the rest of your body as you do this. Think of this as kind of pushing energy through the body, almost like a full body cleanse. Make this your last one, and for your next inhale, just keeping your hands by your side and returning the breath to normal. Hold your awareness here in your heart space and allow yourself to notice the movement of energy through you. Notice any heat, any coolness, any tickling, any fluttering, any pins and needles, any sensation at all in the body. Just observe it, notice it, and hold your awareness in your heart chakra. Now I want you to bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet to the ground, and the soles of the feet should be close enough to you so that if you wanted to, you could skim the backs of your ankles here. Now I want you to watch me first as I demonstrate this, and then we're going to do it together. So from here, you're going to inhale and reach the arms up and back so that the backs of the hands are resting on the ground. Then you're going to exhale and lift the hips up off the ground. Inhale, lower the hips back down. And exhale, return the hands back to your sides. So everybody with me now. Inhale, the hands reach up and over. Exhale, lift the hips. Inhale, hips return to the ground. Exhale, hands return back to the sides. Inhale, hands up and back. Exhale, lift the hips. Inhale, drop the hips. Exhale, hands return to normal. Inhale, hands up and back. Exhale, lift the hips, squeeze the glutes. Inhale, drop the hips. Exhale, return the hands. Now I want you to bring the tip of your tongue to the top of your mouth, but try and get the bottom of the tip of your tongue. So like just behind the end of your tongue. And just bring that to the roof of your mouth and hold it there as we move through this. So inhale, reach the hands up and back. Exhale, lift the hips. Inhale, drop the hips. Exhale, return the hands back. Inhale, arms up and back. Exhale, lift the hips, give the glutes a little squeeze. Inhale, drop the hips. Exhale, return the hands back. 2 more times. Inhale, hands up and back. Exhale, lift the hips. Inhale, drop the hips. Exhale, return the hands to the sides. Inhale, hands up and back. Exhale, lift the hips, squeeze the glutes. Feel the energy moving from your root chakra all the way down to your throat. Drop the hips down. Exhaling, return the hands back to your sides. Now just take a few seconds here once again to close your eyes and notice any sensations going on in the body, noticing the movement of energy and how the energy moves through your body, what the energy feels like in your body. Bring your awareness into the heart space. And as you inhale, feeling the rush of energy, of Shakti, of movement. And in the space between the breath, the little pause at the top of your inhale, the little pause at the end of your exhale, noticing the stillness that holds it all, the part of you that is ever resting. Feel the connection that you have with the earth beneath you, always grounding you, always supporting you. Very important when we are working with cultivating this strong pran-vayu. Now opening the eyes, I want you to just very gently rock the knees from side to side here. And then just for a second, squeeze the knees into the chest. And then rolling yourself up into a seated position. I want you to just take a few seconds here. Once again, to just close the eyes, tune into the body. Notice any subtle shifts or changes that are happening for you now or throughout the practice. You might begin to notice here that increase in pranvayu. For some, it can feel like floatiness. It can feel like expansion in the chest. It can feel almost like a moving meditation. Now, gently opening your eyes, I want you to make your way up into a standing position. Now, from here, we're going to move through a dynamic chair asana, okay? So if you did my last Tantra practice, you would have done this with me before. It's just that we're working with it the opposite way around now. For anybody who hasn't done this with me, don't worry, as I'm going to demonstrate it first. So everybody just watch me for now. You don't have to do it next. You don't have to do it yet. So you're going to bend the knees and almost sit down as if you're going to sit down on a chair here. Your feet are hip width apart and your toes are pointing forward. So as you begin to lower the hips and sit down onto this imaginary chair, you've got two options for your arms. One of them is to have them up by your ears. If this feels really challenging and inaccessible for you, which it can for a lot of people, then your option is to have your hands actually out in front of you like this, okay? So this is your chair pose. Now, what we're actually going to do is we're going to do a dynamic chair pose. So what that would look like is inhaling, starting from here. And then as you exhale, you're moving the belly down towards the thighs. And you're moving the hands down towards the ground. Then as you inhale, again, as you inhale, you're sitting the hips down and you're reaching back up into your chair and then all the way to standing. Now we're going to do this a few times, and for now we're just going to breathe normally as we do this, but then just to get you used to the movement and to begin to warm the body to this. Then as we're moving through this, I'm going to ask you to begin to start breathing into your chest on the inhale as we return up from the forward folding position. So everybody with me now, your feet are hip width apart. Bring the hands up by the ears or placing them out in front of you, parallel to the ground with your palms facing down if this feels too challenging for you. Take a nice deep inhale into the chest. And as you exhale, begin to sit the hips down. Bring the abdomen towards the thighs and pointing the hands down towards the ground as the hips then lift up slightly. Inhale, sitting back and beginning to rise up all the way to your standing. Exhale into your chair. Continue all the way down to the ground. Inhaling, slowly rise back up all the way to standing. Exhale back down, belly to the thighs, and then begin to hinge forward. Inhale back up. Let's continue on like this. Exhaling down, feeling the heat begin to generate in the body. Feeling the energy beginning to really move and activate through the body here. Exhaling down. And now on your next inhale up, we're going to go a little bit slower and inhale into the chest. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale up into the chest. 6, 5, 4. Don't hate me. It's worth it, I promise. Exhale down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now come into your chair and stay here. Return your breathing to normal. Feel the heat, feel the energy activating in your legs and all the way up through your body. Pointing your chest forward here. Don't collapse in on the chest. Keep your chest nice and open. Breathe normally in and out of the chest. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten the legs. Bring your hands down to your sides. With your palms facing forward, your fingers spread wide, and your fingers are pointing down towards the ground. Close your eyes. And once again, bring your awareness into your heart space. Feel the movement of energy in your heart space as we really begin to cultivate this inner awareness that we have. Notice your changes in sensations and in energy now to when we started this practice. Are you feeling more heat? Are you feeling more energy moving through you? Are you feeling light, that area? What does it feel like to you? There is no right or wrong way to feel it, but that is just how it usually feels for me. And with every breath that you take into the heart space, feel Shakti, feel creation, feel the pranic energy moving through you, feel it entering in, allow yourself to receive it into the heart space. And once again, I want you to notice the points of connection that you have with the earth beneath you. Notice the ground beneath the soles of your feet. Feeling that strength and stability and groundedness that comes from our connection to the earth. Gently flickering open the eyes. Before we move into our next part, our next back bends, we are going to create a little bit more space around the heart so that we can bring in even more pranic energy. So if you're feeling it already, we're going to feel it even more in a few minutes, okay? So what I want you to do for this is to, wherever you are, I want you to just take a nice step forward with that front leg and then turn your back foot. So your front leg, your right leg, should be pointing towards the top of your mat. And your back foot, your left foot, should be pointing towards the side of your mat. Yeah, so they're almost at a right angle. Now from here, I want you to take a nice bend in that front knee. And you might want to shuffle that right foot forward so that your right foot is directly under your right knee. So what I don't want to see is, for example, your knee to be all the way over here and your heel to be back here. Yeah, that's not sustainable and it's not good for your joints. So just shuffle your foot so that you can comfortably have your right ankle directly under the right knee. And then from here, I want you to lean forward and bring the outer edge of your right elbow to your right thigh, just above your right knee. Now notice here that my left shoulder is rolling back. So I'm not collapsing in like this, I'm not collapsing forward. My left shoulder is rolling back so that the front of my body and my chest is nice and open. And then lifting that left arm up and over the side of the head. Now, my left arm, again, it's not collapsing onto my head. I'm holding that integrity in the left arm. And it should be as if your left shoulder is stacked over your right shoulder. So you're not leaning forward, you're up. Now breathe into the side of the body here. Breathe into that left lung. And really allow yourself to create space with the breath. Creating more space around the heart so that we can contain and cultivate even more of that powerful divine healing pranic energy within the heart space. Breathe into the side of the body. Don't give up. On your next inhale, make this the deepest inhale you've taken all day. Feel the ribs expanding open. And as you exhale, slowly straightening up, return those right toes so that they're also pointing to the long edge of your mat. So both pointing in this direction. And I want you to just take a few seconds here. So close the eyes if you feel stable enough. If you feel wobbly, you can just keep your gaze lowered. And just notice the difference in the left and right side of your lungs and your rib cage and your heart space. See if you can notice that difference that has just happened through opening up that left side of the body. Does one side feel different to the other side? Once again, feel the points of connection that you have with the earth beneath you. Opening the eyes, you're now going to turn and do this in the opposite direction. So your left toes are now going to point towards the other end of your mat, and your right toes are going to stay pointed off towards the long edge of your mat. And you're going to take a nice bend in that left knee. You can shuffle your legs around as necessary so that your left knee is directly over your left ankle. So you're not like this. Your left knee is over the left ankle. And then once again, you're going to bring the outer edge of your left elbow, place it on top of your left thigh. Try and make it so that you're not like placing all of your weight on your arm. Your arm's just there for a little bit of extra support, but you're not placing the weight on there. Now reach your right arm up and over as if you're making a nice long diagonal line with the right side of your body. Press down through the outer edge of your right foot and reach up into the corner of the room with your right fingertips. Breathe into the side of your body here. Don't give up. It's okay if it feels challenging. It's okay if it feels difficult. It's okay if you're wobbling or falling or laughing. That's totally okay. What's important is that you're here and you're doing it. Breathe into the side of the body. Feel the right rib cage opening up and expanding as you create more space around the heart for this healing pranic energy to flow in and to flow through you, to heal your heart, to open your heart. On your next inhale, make this the deepest breath you've taken all day. Feel the right side of your body opening up. And as you exhale, cartwheeling back up with the arms, pointing both of your toes towards the long edge of your mat. And again, if you feel a bit wobbly, you can just lower your gaze. But if you feel like you can, I want you to close your eyes here. Bring your awareness into the heart space, into the heart cave, the area around the heart, the chest and the lungs. Notice how you're feeling on both sides. Notice any sensations, any emotions. I want you to open your eyes. I want you to just walk your feet back in towards each other for a moment. And once again, you're going to come into your Tadasana, your mountain pose. So your feet are shoulder width apart, grounded down. Your fingertips are pointing down towards the earth with your palms facing forward. And just breathe. Just become aware of any sensations in the body. Notice any subtle shifts or changes. Notice the space around your heart. And then come to rest in the heart. Feeling that gentle contraction and expansion in the heart space as you breathe. Now gently flickering your eyes open, you're going to now come all the way down onto your belly. So I want you to make your way in just whatever way feels good for you. Make your way all the way down onto your belly like this. You're going to, from here, I want you to just stay like this and just watch me for a moment. From here, you're going to rest your chin on the ground and bring both of your hands, the backs of your hands, and place them one on top of the other on your sacrum. Your chin is on the ground here. And what we're going to do is you're going to, as you inhale, you're going to lift the right leg and sweep the left arm around and up ahead of you. And as you do this, you're going to turn your head towards the right. And then as you exhale, you're returning your head back to the center, returning your left hand back to the sacrum and lowering your right leg. Then you're going to inhale, lift the left leg, sweep the right arm around and look over to the left. Exhale, returning them back to normal. So with me now, so coming into this position, bring your chin to the ground. Place both of your hands with the backs of your hands on your sacrum, one on top of another. Inhale, lift the right leg, sweep the left arm round and look towards the right. Exhale, return back to normal. Inhale, lift the left leg, sweep the right arm around and look towards the left. Exhale, return back. Inhale, left arm, right leg and look towards the right. Exhale, return back. Inhale, right arm, left leg, look towards the left. Exhale, return back. Continue like this. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Feeling that compression in the center of the body as you inhale. And feeling that relaxation as you exhale. Last one now, inhale. And as you exhale, I now want you to bring both of your hands back to your sacrum and just bring your left cheek to the ground and just rest your head for a moment with your left cheek on the earth. Take a few moments here. And now turning your head, bringing your right cheek to the ground and letting it rest on the earth. Feeling that connection that you have with the earth beneath you. Allowing the earth to ground you and to support you. Now I want you to bring your palms of your hands and place them on the ground underneath your shoulders. Your elbows are tucked in nice and tight, so your fingers are spread wide and the palms of your hands are pressing down into the ground directly underneath your shoulders here. Tucking the elbows in, I want you to press down into the earth with the tops of your feet, and as you inhale, lift the crown of the head lift the chest up off the floor. Gently push the shoulders back, opening up the chest even further. And slowly exhale, lower your chin to the ground. Take a moment here. We're going to do it again now. Inhale, lift the crown of the head. Press down to the ground through your thighs and the tops of your feet. Shoulders back, opening the chest. Feeling the breath entering and filling your chest, filling your heart. Slowly exhale back down, bring your chin to the ground. And once more, inhale, lift the head, shoulders back, nice and open in the chest. Take a nice deep breath into your chest here. And if you can, lift the palms of your hands up off the ground, just an inch or two. Really feel that activation from your Manipura chakra all the way up, expanding your heart, opening your chest. Exhale, lower back down. Now from here, I want you to tuck your toes under onto the ground, keeping your hands where they are. On your next inhale, take a nice deep inhale down the body. And as you exhale, pushing yourself all the way up and back into a downward dog. So lifting your hips up towards the ceiling, up towards the sky. And if you need to take a nice big bend in the knees here, that is absolutely fine. That is okay. What's the most important thing is that there's a nice straight line from your tailbone all the way down to your wrists. But if you need to keep a bend in the knees, that's absolutely fine. But try and find some stillness. So don't pedal the legs out. Don't move around in your downward dog. Find some stillness and activate your Jalandhara Bandha. So drop the chin down towards the chest just a centimeter and then push your head back, giving yourself that nice double chin. And hold your awareness in your chest now. Take some nice deep breaths. Feeling that trickling of energy down the spine from the tailbone all the way to the throat, where you've got your throat lock, your Jalandhara Bandha activated. Feel that energy in your body. Notice what it feels like for you. 2 more breaths here. Don't give up. On your next exhale, I want you to slowly lower the knees towards the ground. Untuck the toes. Take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale now, push the hips all the way back onto your heels. And then I want you to stack your hands one on top of the other and rest your third eye on your hands. So instead of like an extended child's pose, you're actually resting your third eye on both of your hands, creating a nice bit of pressure here on your third eye. And just noticing how your body feels in this moment as you rest. Noticing any sensations, any emotions. Notice any subtle shifts or changes that have happened throughout the practice. How are you feeling now compared to how you felt at the beginning? We're nearly there. Feel that life force, that Shakti, that energy That prana moving through you, animating you, living through you, experiencing itself through you. Feel it opening your heart space, opening your life up to experience more, to be more, to feel more, to receive more. And let this powerful flow of prana within your heart space heal every part of you. As it increases your capacity to love, to feel, to experience, to expand. Let everything that has been keeping you blocked and stuck, let it fall away. Let it be consumed by so much powerful healing pranic energy that it unblocks, that it dissolves, and that it leaves you. I want you to now gently use your hands to walk yourself up into a kneeling position. From here, you're going to spin the legs under, and we're going to just come. We've done a lot of back bends in that practice. So we're going to just come into a gentle forward fold here, just to kind of, first of all, to kind of counter that within the spine, but also just to maybe ground ourselves a little bit and connect back into ourselves, but also to allow ourselves to go internally a little bit deeper, to go. I'm feeling so floaty that I'm struggling to even get my words into a coherent sentence. Um, but to allow ourselves to go inwards even more and to experience this feeling, this sensation, that this movement of energy within us while we are still and grounded, because there's something very, very powerful in that. When we are able to cultivate this strong vitality and flow of energy within us, but do it in a way that we are grounded and safe and supported, it is incredibly powerful. We don't want this energy to be chaotic and wild and all over the place. We want to be grounded in our power as we use this energy as a force in our lives. So from this position, you're going to bring your legs out in front of you, but take a nice bend in the knees, okay? So you don't have to have your legs flat to the ground here. In actual fact, taking a nice bend in the knees can just make this a lot more easier for you and more accessible for you, but also just more comfortable, so that you can stay in this without kind of the pressure that you're putting on the body. So from here, I want you to make sure that your hips are directly over your sit bones. You're not hunched back like this. You're nice and tall through the spine. I want you to inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. Activate your Jalandhara Bandha. As you exhale, bring your belly towards your thighs. Once your belly is reaching as close as you can get it to your thighs, whether that's on the thighs or whether it's close to the thighs, I then want you to lower your hands down to the ground or down to the feet. If you can reach the feet, you can grab the outer edges. And I then want you to just drop the head down. So you're not aiming to get your head onto your legs, you're aiming to get your belly to your thighs, keeping the rest of your spine in a nice straight position. You're then just letting the top of the head drop, that's all. Once again, bringing your awareness into your heart space, into your heart cave. Find some stillness as this pranic energy moves through you, moves with you. Allow yourself to be present for a moment, to be still for a moment, and to notice what this movement of energy feels like for you in your body. How are you experiencing this moment? How are you experiencing this increase in pranvayu? Now slowly lower your hands to the ground and walk yourself with your hands back up into a seated position. And you're going to come all the way down to lie on your back, but with your knees bent and your knees pointing up towards the ceiling. You're going to bring your hands either into like a cactus or a goalpost so that your arm is bent like this at a right angle and down on the ground. Or if that's not accessible for you, you can just have your hands, your arms straight out to the sides with your palms facing up. Whichever way you choose here, just getting comfortable with it. And then from here, I want you to drop your knees over to the left. If you want to, you can shuffle that left hip a little bit so that it gets comfortable. But making sure as your knees fall over to the left that your right shoulder stays grounded down on the earth. If your right shoulder has lifted up, then you need to lift your knees a little bit until you can get your right shoulder back on the ground. Whenever you found that spot, I then want you to see if you can turn your head to look over your right shoulder. If you can't, then just keep your head where it's at. But eyes closed, everybody. Once again, just find that stillness. Allow yourself to notice what it feels like in your body, any sensations. Allow yourself to just be, to just feel, to witness, to experience. Now slowly bringing your head back to center, bring your knees back to center. And then letting your knees fall over to the right. Again, you can shuffle that right hip under if it feels good for you. And then turning your head to look over that left shoulder if you can. Closing down your eyes and once again, just bringing your awareness into the body, noticing any sensations, noticing what you're experiencing. Bring your head back to center, bring your knees back to center. You can bring your hands down to either side of the body. Extend the legs out long, let the feet just fall open, fall away from each other. The backs of your hands come to the ground, palms facing up into your Shavasana, your final resting pose. Now, when you're in your Shavasana, when you're resting here, if you find that your mind is really overactive, which can happen from this pranvayu, You can activate your Jalandhara bandha again here if you feel like you need to. I'm going to allow you some time here in complete silence and stillness just to rest, to integrate, and once again for you to tune in and feel the energy in your body and how you are experiencing it. Now, staying where you are, I want you to once again bring your awareness into your heart space, noticing how it feels now compared to how it felt at the beginning of our practice. Allowing yourself to really connect with that expansion in your heart space, with that increase in vitality, in energy. Allowing the healing power of your heart to expand and touch every area of your body, every area within your energy system, every area within your life. Now I want you to notice the points of connection that you have with the earth beneath you. Feel the connection that you have with Mother Earth. Feel her support, her stability, her strength. Feel her grounding you. And begin to notice the heaviness of your body, the weight of your body, as it pulls you down with gravity towards the earth, becoming heavier. Notice the solidity of your body. Begin to bring some gentle movement into your fingers and toes, keeping your eyes closed if you can. Taking any movement here that feels good. Maybe that means hugging the knees into the chest, giving yourself a nice big squeeze. Maybe it means a nice big stretch from head to toe. But whatever it is for you, just taking that movement now. And whenever you are ready, rolling over onto either your left or your right side, using your bicep as a bit of a pillow or a cushion here. And whenever you are ready, if you can keep your eyes closed, please do. But if you need to open them, just keep your gaze lowered. Push yourself into a seated position. Whenever you are ready, I invite you to bring your hands into a prayer at your heart center. Feel your thumbs resting against your heart chakra. Once again, bringing your awareness to the solidity of your body, that resting of your thumbs against your heart as a way to ground and to center while still connecting to that powerful expansion happening within the heart space. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And as you exhale, bow the head towards the heart. Namaste. Thank you, sisters, for joining me in this beautiful practice today. Namaste. And whenever you are ready, you can open the eyes and return back. So after this practice in particular, because we're working with Pran Vayu, you might feel like you need a little bit of grounding throughout the rest of the day. So a great way to do that is you can lie on the ground with your belly pressing into the ground. So lying on your front with like your hands stacked like that and your forehead on your hands can be a really great way to ground yourself after this. But also like standing outside barefoot in the ground, really noticing your points of connection that you have with the earth, practicing some deep belly breathing. Yeah, so breathing in and out of the belly, sending the breath down into the belly, and can really help you to ground if you find like you need it after this practice. As you can feel kind of quite light and airy and maybe a bit floaty after this practice, which is completely normal. So if you do need a bit of grounding, you're welcome to practice some kind of deep belly breathing and things like that. And apart from that, I'd love to know, pop into the chat box, let me know how you're all feeling after that. I know I really enjoyed it anyway. I nearly lost the ability to speak at one point. Hi. Hello. Very calm, yeah. I love, one thing I love about this kind of pran vayu practice where we're kind of grounding throughout whilst cultivating that energy and that vitality. I love being able to, I mean, from somebody that I used to have like a very chaotic energy, you know, like a very high, frenetic, chaotic, not a good energy. Um, a very anxious energy. And so now being able to experience like having a boost in energy and vitality while still feeling very calm and balanced and centered and grounded, it's a really powerful thing. It's a really beautiful thing to experience. Um, so yeah, I always love this part of this practice. So glad that you could all join me today as well. I wasn't sure with it being on a Sunday. I was like, what does everybody do on a Sunday? I don't know. But I'm glad that you all could join me. That was my first one. So beautiful. Loved the expansion in the heart space. My dog got a bit involved on the mat, but she's asleep now. I do feel centered, not too floaty. Loved it. Thanks, Kirsty. Amazing, Serena. I'm glad that you could join us. It's interesting because dogs are really tuned into energy and stuff, you know. So your dog might have been experiencing or able to feel a little bit of that. Andrea, hi Kirsty, thank you so, so much. Definitely what I needed after a week of crazy energies. I feel lightheaded and a little sickly now. See, I'm too lightheaded, I can't even speak. Lightheaded and a little sickly now, but actually really back into alignment. Lots of beautiful flowing colors at the end then. Thank you so much. You're so welcome, Andrea. I was the same. I started kind of like seeing a lot of kind of shimmering gold at the end there. It's always very interesting when you're the one leading one of these really magical practices, you know, because trying to explain and to stay focused on the practice when you're increasing that kind of floatiness or those sometimes pranic visuals, it's interesting. It's fun. You're very, very welcome. I'm so glad that you could join me. I would love if, before we all head off today, I'll let you all go in just a second. I would really love if you wouldn't mind, of course, if each of you could pop into the Facebook group, because I know there is a lot of women in the Facebook group. We've got about 650 that might be a little bit shy about attending a Tantra yoga practice because they think, oh, I'm a newbie, or I don't know what to expect, or what will it be like? So I would really, really appreciate if you've enjoyed this practice today, if you could pop into the Facebook group and literally just share a couple of words into the group about how you feel after the practice or how your experience with it was. Just to give others a little bit of encouragement. If you want to, you can even copy and paste your message out of the chat box here if that's easier for you. But I always think it's good to kind of give that little bit of encouragement for the others who might also benefit from this practice, but they might be a little bit shy. Made me feel alive inside, which is good. I had been very sad. Thank you so much. That's definitely a perfect way to describe what Pran Vayu is really all about. It's about that aliveness, it's about increasing your vitality in your body and in life and, increasing your capacity to experience life. So that's a really beautiful way to feel and to experience and describe it, Kathy. So thank you so much for sharing that. Um, Again, everyone, thank you all so, so much for joining me. It was really, really nice to see you all and to feel all of your energies and to be able to share this beautiful practice with you all. I'll definitely be doing another Tantra yoga practice very soon. So keep an eye on your inboxes and in the Facebook group. And again, like I said, I would love if you could pop into the Facebook group and share a little bit about your experience. But apart from that, enjoy the rest of your day, everybody. It was so nice to be here with you all. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Namaste. Thank you all. See you later. Bye, everyone.